Hello students, welcome back to the session. In the last session, we were talking about opening the files using using the open function, right? So, the different file opening modes. As we said, it contains the file name and the mode. There are two arguments. There is the file name and the mode. So the mode is what we are going to discuss now. So what are the operations that you are going to perform in what type? Either reading, writing, appending, etc. So if you give the mode as iOS in, it will open the file for input operations. If you open the file in output, you give it as a iOS out, it will open the file for your output operation, that is for writing purpose. And if you give the mode as iOS binary, it opens the file in the binary mode, that is the data will be saved as a z in the form of zeros and ones. And if you open the mode or give the mode as APE, then it will give the initial pointer will be at the end of the file, that is the initial point, the beginning point, initial position will be at the end of the file. If you do not give this, then it will go at the beginning of the file. Normally it will be at the beginning of the file, but if you give that is at the end, if you give the initial point will be at the end of the file wherever you have stopped. And if you give the mode as iOS app, then it allows you to add data to the file. Whatever you have done will be there. Along with that, it will add the data at the end of the file. It adds data at the end of a file. Okay, and the other form or the mode is iOS truncate. Now, if you are going to open a file for output operations, that is for writing purpose, and if it already exists, there is some data in that file, then the previous content, whatever is there, will be deleted. So this is for your output operations, that is for writing purpose, and the data the previous data, whatever the previous data you have, if it is there, the previous data will be deleted. The previous data will be deleted in this. So these are the different file of opening modes that you have. So you can also, it is not only necessary or compulsory that you have to give only one file opening mode. You can give a mixture of the file opening modes. One or two modes can be used. Now for example, you want to open the file for both reading and writing purpose, then you can give it using your operator, bitwise operator. Okay, the bitwise operator. Which is a bitwise operator? The symbol, this is your symbol, right? So use this. For example, you want to open, you have a file name by the name as sample, you want to write in this, or you want to read in this, you are mainly opening it for writing purpose. So if you are giving it as off stream, that means you are opening it test file, that is the name of the file is sample, it is a text file. You are going to iOS the mode, you are going to give it as both out, or if you want you can read also. So you can either give it in or this is your bitwise operator, bitwise or operator, or you can give it for your reading purpose also. So this sample text file can be opened for both writing and reading. The syntax for this is given as stream object, that is F stream, I stream or O stream. Stream object dot open, give the file name and mode. example, I'm saying off stream, that is for writing purpose. The name is test file dot open, and I have a file by the name of student. It is a text file. I am opening it for writing purpose. Okay, if you want, as we said earlier, if you want to perform more than one operation here, you can give it OR and give the other operation that you want to mention or you want to open it for. Then the next part is detecting end of file. How will you find the end of the file? So if you want to find end of the file, then you are going to use the member function EOF. The prototype is int EOF. It returns a non-zero when the end of the file is reached. Non-zero means more than 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you have reached the end of the file. Otherwise, it will return it as 0. It will give non-zero. Remember, it will give a non-zero when end of file is reached, or else it will return 0. Okay, this is about your end of the file. And then closing a file. What do you mean by this closing? Whenever you are opening a book, once the work is finished, you close the book and keep it in your bags, right? In the same way, whenever you have finished with the file, either for reading purpose or writing purpose or appending, whatever it is, whatever operations you perform on that file, once you have completed the work, then you have to close the file. So that is what you are going to do here. The file is closed by disconnecting it with the stream object. Whatever it is connected to has to be disconnected. That is what you mean by closing a file. So all the files has to be closed once you finish the work. So that is stream object. The syntax is stream object dot close. Okay, as an example, if you have used the test file dot close, this is the syntax and example for your closing a file. It will it also flashes the buffer also before ending the connection with the stream. You know what I mean by flushing out, removing it completely. Okay, the next section is your file pointers. File pointers. As the file opens, automatically it will go to the position that is given in the beginning. That is what is left out, either from the beginning or the end of the file. So a file maintains two pointers to manipulate the data inside the file. So it maintains two pointers to manipulate the data. To manipulate the data inside the file. That okay. So what are these? Which are these pointers? This pointer. This is your one is your put pointer. This is for output, and then the get pointer. This is for your input. Okay. So it helps for the random access. If you want to access data randomly from anywhere in between in the file, then you can use this put or get pointer. So it will move directly to whichever position you want to, instead of moving from the beginning to the point where you want. So this helps in moving or accessing the data. This put and get helps in accessing the data randomly. Okay. So now, what is this put pointer? It is also known as called as your output pointer. Also known as output pointer. So it points to the position where the data is to be written. From where do you want to start writing? So it will position automatically depending upon the type of mode that you are going to use. So if you are opening a file in iOS out mode, okay, if you are using this mode, then automatically it is positioned in the beginning of the file. It will position the pointer to the beginning of the file where you are going to start. Or if you are going to use the mode as app append, that is, it puts a pointer where the next data location is. Now for example, this, if I give an example for this, it will be a blank one. Okay, the data will start here from the beginning. This is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It will start from the beginning. And whereas if you give the mode as iOS and app, that's your append mode. If you mention this, now for example, you have SCI somewhere like this, then it will start from this point, that is appending mode. Then this is about your put pointer. In the same way, you have your get pointer also. This is also known as your input pointer. That is, it points to a position from which you can read the data. Again, it automatically depends upon the type of the mode which you are using with the open function. If you are opening it in iOS in mode, okay, then it will start reading. The pointer will be the beginning of the file. Now for example, you have it as SCIENCE, right? So it will pointer will be in this position, okay, to the beginning of the file. So the different operations you can perform by using the corresponding file pointer. Now depending on the situations, we may need to move the file pointers from one position to another position. For example, if you have got the name, the first name, the last name, the middle name, etc. Right? If you want to access only the middle name or the last name, then the get pointer has to move to that beginning of the last name or the first name. So if you want to do such type of a work, then you are going to use this following functions. So which are these functions? Seek G. So it positions the pointer to a position specified by its arguments. The syntax will be seek G absolute position. Now example, if I say seek G 5, it moves the pointer 5 locations from the beginning. Now for example, you have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? After your 3, 4, 5, 6, the 5th position, it moves to the 5th position in your file. Seek P. Seek P is the next part. You can put the position put pointer. See, P is for your put purpose. It puts the pointer specified by your arguments. Again, the syntax for this is seek P absolute position. If you say seek P 3, it moves a pointer 3 locations from your beginning. It may be either positive or negative, either move front or back. And then again, tell G, it returns the current position to the of the get pointer. The syntax for this, variable equals file object, dot tell G. Example, integer position. If you have, then if string test file sample.text iOS in. This will give you the initial address of the text file. In the same way, tell p, it returns the position of the current position of the put pointer. Current position of your put pointer. The syntax for this is variable equals file object dot tell p. Example, integer position if stream test file sample.text iOS in. Okay. In the same way, you have your seek g. Here the seek means find. This means find, and g is for your get pointer. It means that the position of the find the position of the get pointer. It positions the get pointer specified by the arguments. It is used for reading a file. By default, the position will be the starting address of the file. Okay, the syntax seek p absolute position example test file seek p iOS go to the beginning. This means go to the beginning. So this is about your seek g, seek p, tell g and tell p. And the next part is your operations on binary files. We'll continue in the next session.